Sorry about me uploading this review a little bit later than I normally would on Mondays. Full disclosure, I started watching the movie and I was about 20, 30 minutes in, and I'm like, yeah, this does not feel like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. It's got Rick Moranis in it, and it's still like a Honey, I Shrunk the Kids movie, but it doesn't feel like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. And then lo and behold, I found out I had watched 20 minutes of Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves, the third Honey, I Shrunk the Kids movies, because Disney Plus does not have these movies in like a collection where you can watch all three, right? So you have to go in, you have to search up Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, or you could just go in the Disney section to look for it. But Disney is such a large brand, like what does that even mean, right? You can't just have a Disney section. So I searched up Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, or Honey, or whatever, and that's what came up. And so I went back and I watched Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Seriously, Disney, you need to sort out Disney Plus better than you do, because this is just a mess. But yeah, I watched. Sorry, this. I watched Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and of course, I'm gonna review each of them. So I'm gonna do this every Monday. So you're gonna have this review today, and then a week from now, you're gonna have Honey, I Blew Up the Kid, and then Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves. And then I'm planning to do, after I finish reviewing all these movies, I'm going to do the Mighty Ducks movies. The main reason why is because we're getting a Disney Plus reboot. And I kind of want to talk about some things that are getting Disney Plus reboots. I did Night in the Museum in my What Have I Been Watching series, if you want to check that out. So yeah, I watched this movie. So I love Rick Moranis. It's sad he's kind of just disappeared out of movies. But he's a very funny guy. I love him in Little Shop of Horrors and stuff. And he's excellent in this movie. He really loved doing this movie. The cast and kids here are also pretty excellent. And what this movie is about is just kind of this dad who's a kooky scientist and he shrinks his kids. I mean, that's basically it, right? And it's really good. It's a really fun kid adventure movie. I think that's really sad that we don't have movies like that, kid adventure movies like Goonies, Harriet the Spy, kind of movies that star kids kind of going on adventures and doing, I don't know, just kid stuff, right? It's kind of sad that this died out, but like this is a fantastic movie. It's the effects for the time were actually really good and really impressive. And I think in some ways they still are like the practical effects here. Not all of them. Some of them are quite a bit dated. But, like, it's just this fun movie where these people shrink down and they're in this backyard and kind of going through that. And it's really fun and entertaining to watch. It's really well paced, and it's just kind of. There isn't like too much to this movie. Like, it's not like this is some. I don't know how to explain it. Really. Like, really amazing movie. It's just kind of like. I would rate. This is the type of movie I'd rate a B because there is good aspects to it, but I can't bring it up to an A because it just really isn't that much. It's still a great movie for what it is and what it's trying to be. I think it's fantastic. I kind of wish Disney would actually put. I know there was like a few episodes of like a live action series. Not many people actually know this, but this actually happened, and I wish they put that on Disney Plus. Also, if you need a recommendation, not just also if you haven't seen this movie, definitely watch it on Disney Plus. But also on Disney Plus, there's a documentary series called Prop Culture, and there's an episode in there where because the show is about like finding various props from Disney movies, and there's an episode where or an episode about Honey I Shrunk the Kids, where Rick Moranis actually shows up and talks about the movie and stuff. So if you want to actually see that, that's a great series to check out. I actually liked every episode of that except for the Muppets episode. I think that episode was very weak because we're kind of like, you get to see a lot of these. Kind of the point of the show is he finds these props, shows them to the people actually involved, and they talk about the stuff. But one of the guests they had for that episode was Gonzo. Not as like puppeteer, but like the actual character Gonzo, and so they played it off like he was genuinely reacting to it. But it's like it's a puppet. It's like it was really weird, but it's a fantastic series. Highly recommend that. And this is a good movie, and I'd recommend if you haven't seen these movies. Disney Plus has them all, and the correct order to watch them is Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, Honey, I Blew Up the Kid, Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves. And when you watch all three of those, that's the best way to watch them.